Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. And you know what? I'm taking a bow for that video yesterday. Come on now. Before the Fed had anything to say, I came out with a series of charts and reasoning why this was going to blast off, and boy, did it blast off. Go analysis, go. But that was yesterday, right? Now we need to know what's going to happen tomorrow. And trading is risky, so never trade without stops. Put them in first. Let's see what's going to happen here. This is video number 2724 coming at you on a Thursday night for trading on Friday, March 22nd, 2024. In the video prior to this and the one prior to that, so the last two videos, we had questions, same question. Fed day, number one of a two-day meeting. The OMNI is offering mixed signals. What is that telling us after showing you a bunch of charts? Will it be a setup for Wall Street to buy, a good old-fashioned Wall Street setup, or B, downside? The crowd answered about 50-50, but I will admit this. On Monday night, I answered every one of you and said, this is a buy setup, this is a Fed setup, this is a Wall Street setup. We expected it to move higher. On Tuesday, it did actually move higher before the Fed spoke. We got long NASDAQ, had a great day, but we don't trade on Fed days, so we didn't have a chance to grab it since. Hopefully tonight we'll get a piece of it. We'll see what's going to happen. The OMNI's sort of telling us to sideline ourselves after the rally for the last couple of days. But maybe we'll Oscarism ourselves in, you know what I mean? Plus, there are other markets that we can trade, so I'll muscle us in if I can in the S&P, and if not, we'll find some other markets. So, yes, it was a good old-fashioned Wall Street setup. The next one that starts to materialize, we'll look at together as well. Number 3 on the board, this is important for gold traders. Now, I've seen a crazy move take place on Thursday, in gold. And it looks like when gold capitulates. So I am going to say gold may have capitulated here. I'll show you the chart. Watch out there if you're going to buy the dip after seeing that massive rally on Wednesday in gold. It may have capitulated. We'll need another day for confirmation. I'll show you those charts. Number 4 on the board, Ethereum is setting up. I'm getting signals on Ethereum and the OMNI starting to turn up. Is Bitcoin next? Because they tend to trade with one another. So we've got great charts on each and every one of those. I want to show them to you. Traders, if you need to come out and learn this from me, your chances are getting thinner because time is ticking. You need to come out to Vegas to learn the OMNI. That's called OMNICamp. I'm having one in Las Vegas in April. The next one will be in Florida this June. And those are the only two on the schedule for the year at the moment. If you would like to join me in April, it's the end of April. It's here in Las Vegas. You'd have to get in and spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with me. But I will tell you this, your meals are included, your lodging's included, and I'll send you home with a brand new laptop programmed by me so that you've got everything in that laptop that you have learned with me here for the 4-day training session at OMNICamp. And there's continued education once you go home. If that would help you, if you want to learn how to call these markets, if you would like to be able to put out a video like I did last night, in your mind at least, by calling the markets correctly, make sure you join me at OMNICamp this April. Go to omnibootcamp.com right now and fill out your applications. If you're from Florida, generally boot camps are here in Las Vegas. I am going to do OMNICamp on the go. If you are from Florida and you want to be in my OMNICamp, let me know. It's going to happen in the first weekend of June. Again, you would simply go to omnibootcamp.com, fill out those applications. In fact, if you come out to camp, I promise you that you will leave armed with the tools that you will need to call these markets correctly. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. Watch what these people have to say.
I did not expect to learn everything I learned in just a few days and as quickly as I did. So it just shows how good Oscar's system is.
I just wanted to do it right without making the same learning mistakes that are so expensive and so costly from the best. And he is the best.
I used to play golf, so he's like the Tiger Woods of golf, is the analogy I would use.
A lot of these other people that say they're the best, and they say they're good. And you see what they're doing, and it's a one-trick pony would be the way we deem it. It only works in this setup and in this occasion. Oscar is honest charting. He goes through the charts, and you can play it in any market. And you're going to be right most of the time, way more often than not.
So you seen that clip? Now, that's what'll happen to you. Make sure you fill out your applications and let's go do this. Stuff has happened since that Fed setup. It certainly was a setup. Then, of course, you've got gold possibly capitulating and Ethereum setting up for a buy, which hopefully will get Bitcoin to join into that too. So if you are trading and you get into a trade and that trade starts going against you, you know, you're not supposed to change your stops, right? You're not supposed to buy more. You're not supposed to continue to add on and then say to yourself, I'm just price cost averaging. You're not supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do is put your stop in first. Do not touch the keyboards. And when you get nervous, say this to yourselves over and over again because I know it's going to help you. And by now you should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. OMNI has an added attraction, by the way, because it looks like Ethereum's starting to get a signal and likely Bitcoin will as well. If you want me to look at a crypto, as long as it's not a crazy little crypto doing nothing, if you want me to look at a crypto, a stock, or a commodity, let me know. Leave a comment below the video. If it's something that moves enough to catch OMNI's attention, I'll do analysis on it for you and report back to you. Let me know. Leave the comments below. Now let's go look at some charts. Traders, the mini Dow Jones, the YM. If you recall, a couple of days ago, I put this chart before you and said, is this a setup for a buy? Is it a buy setup for Fed Day? I think it's a good old-fashioned Wall Street setup. Here's what they did. They took it down from up here all the way down through the average. Here's where it was, and this is what happened. It absolutely was a good old-fashioned setup. Look at that. Right there, just where we talked about it, and then boof, and away it went. And look, it's well above its previous highs right now. Then we looked at the Dow Jones daily bar with the average and talked about the same thing, another great hold. And I wrote this on the chart. I suspect this is a setup. And what happened? Another one right up to the top of the channel. But that does present a slight problem for us tomorrow, right? We went all the way from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel already, right? From the bottom to the top, and then it doesn't always go up after that. So this could present a little bit of a challenge for us tomorrow. We'll figure it out. We'll take it one day at a time. I've got some trades set up, so we'll see where it's going to go. Then we looked at the E-mini S&P, and I'll tell you what, this was Wall Street's favorite, if you want to know the truth. They just said right near previous highs, right from there, took it down, took it down, took it down, took it further, right to the average. Excuse me, right to the trend channel. There actually is an average there as well. I'm just not showing it to you. Great hold, and look at that. I mean, that was just picture perfect. It's exactly what Wall Street was doing right before the Fed meeting. Sending it down for a very nice setup, and it did work. Now the gold. Traders, if you're long gold, gold had the double top, then had a bit of a reaction, then put in a flag and made the flag projection all in one spurt out of the flag, turned around and settled basically about or almost at the lows of the day, a little bit off the lows. Many times when you get action like that, it could very well be capitulation. So what we're going to do is let gold tell us what's going to happen and do nothing on Friday. Let gold tell us if it capitulated or not. If it did, we'll get some good sell-off here, and we'll be able to take advantage of that next week. Now we're going to switch out to the dollar because there's a reason why gold may very well be ready to come down a little bit. Look at what happened with this dollar. This goes all the way back from here, but it becomes sort of an apex right here. You might note that the dollar index, by the way, gold and dollars happen to be on a teeter-totter. If you have dollars on one side, gold is priced in dollars. So if one's going up, the other should be going down. Now that is absolutely not every day, and you cannot trade off that information on a day trade. But the overall picture is that if one's going up, the other, because gold is priced in dollars, goes the other way. Dollars, this is a weekly bar, have been holding this average every time it gets to it. Bounced off of it 2 days ago, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, and this week has spent the whole week moving up, heading towards the top of that apex, telling me that you've got more upside coming in dollars. And again, if that's a teeter-totter or a seesaw, you know, if the dollars are going up, it should make the gold go down a little. You know what I'm saying? If the dollar's slanted up a little, it should slant the gold down. So be careful. Gold may have capitulated, and this may keep gold on the defensive. We will find out all of that on Friday. And then we've got this. Now let's take a look at the Ethereum chart. So Ethereum trades in sympathy, if you ask me, with Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin runs up, so does Ethereum. When Bitcoin runs down, so too does Ethereum. Well, Ethereum did both, ran up with Bitcoin, ran down with Bitcoin. But if you'll note, this was a very strong trend channel. And when it finally got above, it came all the way back, tested that channel, got out of the channel, and is now sitting up here with an OMNI buy signal. So you've got an average. Came right to the average as well. Now that average has helped give us several buy signals. So Ethereum starting to shape up. Does that mean Bitcoin will follow? I think it will. I think they'll both shape up. We will not know, just like the gold capitulation, we will not know about Ethereum till we get one more day's confirmation on Friday. We got one more up bar and your signal should be in for higher levels. Traders, I hope that helps. Join me at livewithoscar.com. Meet me in my free chat room. No credit cards are required. I'll see you there.